Hello, beautiful souls. How are we today? Hi. Did I pin that comment? Can you guys tell me if that comment is pinned? Hi, Adrian. Hi, Crystal. Adrian, were those stars you just sent? Awesome. Thank you. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Adrian. Give me a second, guys. I'm just looking for my lip balm real quick. Just a little lip balm. Happy Sunday, everyone. By the way. We're going to get into some flow, some conversations, some readings. I wanted to see in and check in on how you guys are doing. Yesterday was a me day for sure. Good morning, Danny. Yesterday was a me day. Today is a give back day. It's a beautiful day. And I'm looking forward to getting into some divine messages, some conversations, some channeled messages. Maybe even some donated readings. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. How are things over in the UK, darling? I just want to see, because, tuning into where the collective is right now. Yes, I love that. I've been feeling that too, in some ways. There's a lot of shifts that are happening, right? We're not new to this. We've been talking about this for weeks, especially those of you guys that have been following this journey. There's a lot of opportunity at this time. There's a lot of shifts. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of things that are happening other than what we are being invited to be distracted about, right? But this is a space where we can come together and we can hold that divine perspective together, because we know. Next door just had a crash into the wall over the road. He is 80, so was shocked. Bless him. Oh man, I'm sorry. That sucks. And honestly sounds very frightening. But this is a space that we are able to hold for each other, for that I can and sort of cultivate, that is one of divine perspective, one of divine knowing, one of knowing who we are outside of all the craziness that exists in our day-to-day life, the things that we have to do to keep a roof over our heads, right? I know that you guys are stressed, wanting things, feeling like things are out of reach from what it is that things that you're wanting are out of reach, but they're not. They're truly not. Not right now. It's the perception. It's the emotional intensity. It's the cacophony of all of the different energies, the sun and its rays, the collective energies, the planetary shifts, all of these things all coming together to create what we're living in right now. And it's intense, and there's a lot to bring focus to. There's a lot of healing happening. There's just a lot. Everything is moving very quickly, you know what I mean? And it's easy to lose sight. It's easy to lose perspective and to forget sometimes, and to have a bout of amnesia, right? I forget who I am. I forget the I am truth, the deeper I am truth that is available to all of us right now. I just had the most wonderful meditation out here in the woods, in my hammock with Rafi. Hi, everyone. Let's see. What does the collective need to hear today? Divine guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, of the Most High, of God's light, we call upon you at this time and give thanks to you for everything that we are experiencing today, the ups, the downs, the lessons, the triumphs, all of it we give to you. We give thanks to you. Thank you. It's such a glorious experience to be a part of, and thank you for allowing us to be messengers and healers to each other, to one another, to family members, to um, and myself, really, on this platform. Thank you. We call upon the most divine messages and the highest divine timeline of flow for this live so that we may all be able to benefit and share a space of abundance, new abundance, abundance of knowing who we are, abundance of light energy, abundance of divinity. Archangel Michael, please protect against any distorting energies and or intentions, whether they come from within or without. We do not want them here. We do not wish to play in that space right now. That is not what we wish to learn by. We wish to directly receive and flow with divine messages from the heavenly realms only. Thank you. So what does the collective, what is beneficial for me to speak on for the collective before we get into individual readings? The 7 of reverse. There's a burnt out quality, a burnt out aspect that we're feeling right now in the collective. Burnt out. Also feeling not seen, like being triggered by not being seen, right? Wondering why you feel so alone in this. You're not alone, right? And the trick is to be appreciative of what is being given to you, because if you find a penny on the floor and you look at it and you scoff and say it's just a penny, what you're sending out is a universal signal saying, I don't appreciate this abundance. And so many of you guys, whether you want love or career success, there's so much that you've already cultivated that you're meant to feel a sense of completion or a sense of appreciation for. That's what this is about. You're not able to appreciate what's in front of you, and therefore you're over here trying to find appreciation from other outside sources, people that are not ready to give it to you, whether it be for your career, right? Your boss, you want your boss to see you, you want this person to see you, you want that person to see you, your mom, like, you know what I mean? It always goes back to wanting to be seen, and Spirit is saying, well, are you able to appreciate those that have their eyes fucking set right upon you? Are you able to appreciate the penny? Is it weird? It's never weird when it comes to me, Danny. Never. For we're so ready to take everything that we've learned in this past cycle and make it worth something. Because it's harvest season right now. It's truly harvest season. That's what this weather's all about. That's what we're in, depending on what part of the planet you're living on. But if you're tuning into this collective message, hi Wandy, Psychic Vampire. It's an interesting name, my friend. Archangel Michael, please. Thank you. We don't feel like we have what it takes. Right. It's money. It's yes, please. Thanks very much. Done that buying items secondhand and money in pockets. Okay. I feel like you're on a flow. I'm good, Psychic Vampire. Thank you, though. Guides, angels, ancestors, thank you so much. It's rushing, right? There's a sense of rushing in, though, you know, that wants to be had, and you will. There is going to be like a sort of charge that happens when you feel a sense of confidence, right? You like rush forward, you charge forward, you're able to kind of attack something that you wanted so long and have been failing at to finally get. That's okay, Psychic Vampire. The divine makes me prosperous enough. Right. Well, we're talking about a new paradigm of abundance. When we're on this channel, we're talking about, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but it's very important to understand the difference. the matrix and the way the money is made in the matrix, and how we've sort of had programs that run in our minds about how to make that work, how to bring that money in, how to get what it is that we want and bring it into our reality. We have a separate understanding of that depending on what paradigm you're coming from. So if you're coming from the old paradigm, then it's going to be manipulation. I have to work my ass off, or I have to like give pounds of my flesh in order to get that. Where now it's like, you know, every butterfly that crosses your path, or every um, sign that you get from the universe, is a sign of your abundance. And then every exchange, a beautiful exchange where somebody comes in and they need you, and then you're able to give to them, you know, and then they're able to then return that to you in time. That abundance, that exchange, that is the sort of currency that we're stepping into. I'm not saying money is not going to exist. What I'm saying is that the way in which we relate to the world around us and how we utilize our money, and our ability to appreciate the abundance that we have, sets a momentum that then brings in a stabilized life where we're happy and we're fulfilled, higher than what money could ever do. We're living above the what the world is looping in right now. And the collective, that's the path we're choosing to take in this. And it's not necessarily easy, because sometimes there's little things that we have to like see as we go through things, and we come into certain blocks or certain stops, or we're not able to necessarily manifest what it is that we want. We hit a brick wall. We're then able to look at all the little things that are around in that moment and understand where we are tripping up, right? Yes, I think people will realize the importance of energy exchange, and that it can be a form of currency again. Absolutely. Because there's a, you know, there's all types of wonky backwards programs about success in general, right? Getting rid of the brainwash money game, absolutely. But it's not even just about money, and that's the point. It's about so much more. It's about the vitality, the way you feel about your life, right? And it's hard for some people to wrap their heads around, because they got bills to pay. You guys have to figure out ways to put food on the table, and you know, all of these other things. So it's not easy to kind of shift that paradigm. But when you do, everything, you know, it's a percentage too. Like, you're not all the way in or you're all the way out. You're partially in, right? How much of you is in, right? And the more of you that's in is the more of you that is taken care of. You get everything that you need, and then anything that comes up, naturally, like, you flow in a way to be able to receive that. Success is what you make it, absolutely. But I kind of want to go off of this and kind of get into some readings here. But I forget where I was even going with it when I brought up the new abundance paradigm. It's what we're being invited into now, meaning everything that is being brought up right now is being brought up to be looked at. This is a place of awareness. I set that intention all the time. You guys hear me say my prayers. So you know that what the intention is that I'm setting is one of clarity, divine perspective, and living, being able to live outside of the paradigms that no longer work. I have to learn not to give so much to those who don't reciprocate. Exactly. And here's the thing: sometimes that's a program thing, because we're insecure within ourselves, that we feel like we have to show up in abundance for other people in order to be able to feel complete, feel like our relationship with them is solid, right? Or to feel confident. And sometimes people take advantage of that. There's a give and take. There's two sides to every coin. And that's sort of like the tricky thing about this game. But it doesn't have to be tricky. It can be super simple. It can be building up the momentum of flow and appreciation for what you do have, and everything that's coming up for you right now, and all the things that are changing, and all the ways that you've changed. Wandy, it's something hard to not to do if that's how it's exactly, because that's how you've been programmed, right? Deprogramming. This is why me and Jessica come together in the way that we do, because her polarity clearing, her fragment clearing, and returning, you know what I mean? The energetic work, the deeper core work, the foundational work is what we're all about, right? I tell people all the time when they communicate with me for, or they reach out to me for potential tarot coaching, you know what I mean? I tell them it's this process goes hands in hand. It's hand in hand. right? The ability for you to read and be a spiritual healer or be a spiritual source of wisdom requires you to be a source of wisdom. It requires you to be a source, period. And it requires you to put in that foundation work. But it's that foundation work, and the journey within that foundation work is where the appreciation can be cultivated. Because look at how much it's done for you, even in the however long you've been doing it, short time, long time, working on yourself, right? I've been doing this for as long as I can remember now, since I was like 23. You know what I mean? And it's it's obviously taken new life every couple of years, and I'm renewed so often, and I'm changing and I'm transforming into my most authentic self. But that process, in order for me to do this, there has to be, I'm realizing that there's a card back there. Hold on. I'm realizing that me and Jess were just talking about this, that the foundational work is so key. It's your structure, it's your foundation, it's what makes it possible for anything that is built from that point forward. Yes, absolutely. Because every psychic, when they first start to get their first readings, and then you get all of this good feedback, right? Every psychic is like, yeah, I'm that bitch. Like I'm that bitch, right? But we're much more than psychics. We're light workers, right? It's more than that. These gifts are here for a reason. We have a higher calling, and it wouldn't be a higher calling if it wasn't the truest of true desires that lives within us to be able to support and serve the collective. So hard to focus on me and work. Absolutely. Because you have aspects of your life that are still in place that sort of breed that old mentality. It's this is where this is think about it, that's the kind of soil that easily grows what you used to be, you know. But that doesn't mean that you don't have opportunities to build that stability in that foundation. You can be in that world and not be um, hypnotized in the way everyone else is, right? But I'm going to get into some individual readings, excuse me, and I want to see what comes up, because I feel like there's a flow being invited today, and I'm inviting you all to take part in it. You know, if you're just here to receive a message for yourself, that's your prerogative, that's your intention. But I advise that you take advantage of the expansive conversations that these readings bring out, you know, and everything else that comes through, right? I'm not receiving my information from the ether, so it's all divinely given. Whoever I feel drawn to, it's going to be whatever the divine wants me to read for, okay? And if you want a more in-depth reading, or you want to ask a question, then just donate to the description links. I have PayPal, Cashapp, Venmo, and whatever you feel is right. Whatever you feel right with, I will give you a reading in exchange. Hi, Raina. And Adrian, I know you donated stars. Thank you for that. I'll start with you, okay? Guides, angels, ancestors, beings of love and light, those that walk with us. I don't prefer stars, but I appreciate them. Just being honest. I don't quite trust Facebook enough with that. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us. Thank you so much. I already said my prayer before, so you know my intention. What does what does Adrian's guides, angels, and ancestors, beings of love and light, those that walk with her, what do they have to share? What do they want to be communicated, as they are the ones walking with her and they deserve to be heard? Hi, Raina. I'm definitely getting. Oh, thank you, Adriana. It's okay. I'm glad to give you a little reading. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling like life is changing, life is moving. You might be a little frustrated because it's not to what you expected, but I'm definitely feeling like you're being given some help. Hold on. I am so sorry, guys. I do not know what's going on with these technical difficulties, but the service seems fine now, so. Okay. You're getting some help, some support. Like, I'm definitely feeling like there's a spiritual flow that you're feeling right now, Adrian. Um, with this Queen of Wands here, but I'm definitely feeling like there is some response, is what I'm getting, or an answer to something you've been waiting on. Um, and it feels like something you forgot about. It feels like something like a while ago that you thought into or you inquired about. You may have even applied for it, and now there is some kind of communication around that. So, and it seems like what you're wanting. Oh, thank you, Ashley, for your donation, love. So let's see. I want to see what else is going on with you, Adrian. It's okay, Danny. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll talk. Obviously, we'll talk. We're gal pals. We're squirrel friends. I just had a beautiful solar plexus meditation. Maybe I'll link it if you guys are interested in doing it yourself. But I'm feeling very meditated. I'm feeling very strong. There's some kind of impulsion that you are kind of picking up on, Adrian, in where it's like you're fed up with not being matched equally, right? You put in this work, they put in this work. I put this effort, you put this effort. It's simple, right? And there's something about you sort of dealing with that and handling that in your own way, and they're kind of just giving you kind of attention for that. They're giving you validation for that. They're letting you know that they're aware, they're there, they get it, right? You're handling it well. Maybe you might be a little snippy, more snippy than usual. You just don't see it, right? You don't have the clear perception. You don't have the clear fully yet, right? The understanding that you are who you are, and that there is a method to the madness of what you're experiencing, right? It's hard for you to fully buy into it. This is a theme, right? I was dealing with this with another client, like the faith aspect of it, right? Where our self-doubt is so strong that it can even eclipse our deeper beliefs. Like, am I really deluding myself? Is all of this stuff really happening for me? You know what I mean? Like, am I really here? Is this really happening? These allergies and this AC is just, give me a second, guys. It's making my eyes all dry. Am I missing the comments? Hold on. There we go. Yay. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. I gotta go. Coming back later to rewatch this live's been spot on. Much needed advice so far. Thank you. Some of these comments were not showing, so I had to refresh the page, but I hope that helps you, Adrian. I definitely think that you should be a little bit more cautious about your reactions and make sure that they're kind of more rooted in response than reaction, because I do feel like you have the propensity to be very misunderstood. The point is not getting across, it's only causing contention, right? But from what I've seen you're handling it very well, whatever this is, this lack of like coming to things as a partnership for whoever, family, lover, even your kids, right? There's this equality that's coming in, because it's like, we're about to take this path and I'm tired of this, so this needs to stop. Everybody needs to be mindful. It gets to a breaking point, you know. But who else donated? Because somebody else, I think it was Ashley, donated, and I know Wandy donated. So let's see. Okay. You're so welcome. I keep seeing 3344 and Phoenix on YouTube videos everywhere as Divine trying to tell me something. It's just letting you know that you're in a flow, right? It's the divine around you, or the law of resonance, right? It can be a lot of things, but what they want you to know is that when you're seeing it, it's more of a validation and telling you, hey, like, you're overthinking shit. Like, all you need to know is right now you're on the flow of this, right? It's just reminding you. There we go. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties tonight, guys, or today. But we are going to get into Ashley's reading. Let's see what the cards have for Ashley, and then we're going to get into Wandy's reading, which she's going to watch in the replay. And you're so welcome, Adrian. It's my pleasure. You've been with me for so long. I'm excited to see things really begin to shift for you. Yeah, awesome. You know what? I'll just make a post, right? Anybody have any spiritual books you want to recommend to other people? And then people can comment on it. And you guys should be adding and communicating with each other. You guys resonate with these messages. You guys are part of a soul group, right? Let's see. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us, thank you so much for all that you do. What does Adrian's guides, angels, and ancestors, Ashley's guides, angels, and ancestors have to communicate to her today? What are some messages of divine support, guidance, and flow we can share? You are the ones walking with her, so you deserve to be heard. In God's divine name, thank you. Ashley. Miss Ashley. They're telling me that you're going to devise some sort of plan here. There's some kind of divine plan, but first it's going to come from you continuing to do this healing work, meditating, doing whatever you have to do to get yourself right. Ashley is going to birth some sort of like plan to get out of the situation you're in, if that makes sense, or to free yourself, or to be in the best position. It's like a plan of a tactic. Like I'm seeing like like your divine publicists are coming in, and they're like, okay, this is how we deal with the situation, because this person's going to react in this way, this person's going to react in this way, and this is how it's going to be, right? So this is how we handle it. There we go. But what I'm getting is this guy has a personal vendetta. Whoever this is, it's like he has a personal thing. Like, he is angry at you. He's channeling his anger at you, or his hurt, his triggeredness. He's it's not her. It's not just her, right? She's doing this to try and refocus his frustration and stuff towards you. To be honest, she has no vested interest in causing ill will between you and him, at least from what I'm telling. It's more of he has a lot of passion, anger, or frustration, resentment, and he is actually you're the target. You're the target, because if it's her, if if he's angry about everything that's going on, right, and the fact that he has to deal with the consequences of himself, and he is taking that out on people around him. So they are like, well, it's not us you should be mad at, it's her, right? She's this and she's that, she's doing this, whatever. And then the girl does have an interest in you not being that child not being his. You know what I mean? But either way, they want you to get into this healing space. They want you to do this because there's a transformation that's being brought in, a death process that is being brought in. Right. She does like, it's convenient for her to channel that anger towards you, but if the anger wasn't there, she'd be a whole lot more chill about it, and she wouldn't be doing what she's doing to you now. Right. Well, he's angry in general. So then he's angry. Think about it. He's like, man, like whatever. Then she's like, well, is it even yours? You know what I mean? Like she's channeling that. She's trying to find a common enemy so that they can be united, to be honest, because they're not even really united. And Spirit is saying, like, don't worry about that, because there's no depth to that situation. There's not much that you need to know about that. It's just that he is in a place right now where they're going to give you, like I said, your divine publicist coming to you with a plan of attack or a plan of maneuvering, right? How do we maneuver this situation? How do we get around this person's ego? You don't have to be anxious. You're going to be okay, but you keep stopping. You keep getting distracted. Listen, these things are supposed to distract you, and you're allowing it to work, right? All of the stuff that he's saying about you, all the things that they're saying to other people, the ways in which there's this coordinated effort to bring you down. You want to say, look how unfair it is. And the divine is saying, yeah, we know it's unfair, but in order for us to bring justice in, we need you to be in alignment with your highest high, instead of getting distracted and getting all wonky because of everything that these people are doing. It's not the point. They need you to be strong within yourself, because there's a lot of energies within this that want to keep you cycling in this like victimhood frequency, when the divine is saying, no, we're ready to bring down the gavel and bring in justice, but we need you to be in alignment with us. We need you to be in your own empowerment, in your own light, right? And in order to do that, you need to do the work. You need to put some work in. Just being real. Okay. They're telling me that's the message. They're telling me your divine publicists are ready to come in. It's the end of a cycle. Do not go back into another cycle. Don't do it. You don't need to. Why? Why? Think back. Things like this have happened before. I was thinking about paying for half of the DNA test. That's $800 before a baby was born. Was going to contact him about it and for updates. Did you give him the money? That feels all types of wonky. If he wants a DNA test, he can pay for it. Are you sure that's his child? Honestly. Good. Are you sure that's his child? With every fiber of your being. Then you ain't got shit to pay for it. Don't open up your fucking wallet for that. Nope. No. If he wants to doubt it, then he can pay for it. We don't have to prove shit to anybody. Okay? They're only in this because he doesn't want to accept the responsibility of what it is that he did. And if he wants to show up and be a good father, then he can start here. And that's it. You're holding space for him to be that. And you're holding space for yourself to stand in your fucking divinity. Excuse my language. I'm feeling very passionately about this right now. You, Spirit, they got you. They got your back. They need you in alignment. They need you in your lane. Stop worrying about him. Stop worrying about the shit he's doing. Stop overthinking shit. Find your peace. That's what you need to do right now. Because they got your back. They have a whole plan. They're going to maneuver you through the situation. The scans. I don't know what that means. Now I'm going to go ahead and do Wandy's reading. Guides, angels, ancestors. God bless you. Guides, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, beings of love and light, those that walk with us. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. Please tune into Wandy's energy and allow us to receive the messages from her highest of high, those that walk with her in the divinity of God's light. Oh, baby scans, right. Listen, it's all bullshit, okay? He doesn't want to accept reality, and neither does she. And she's, you dodged a bullet with that one. I don't understand what being a part of a baby scan even means. I don't know. I don't understand why he would need a DNA test in order to be a part of the scan. I don't understand that either. I don't get it. What does Wandy need to hear today, Divine? Okay, so Wandy, I know you're watching this back, but they want you. There's a focus on you're triggered and you're hurt right now. There's a lot of things that are coming in that are going to kind of throw your heart into a whole bunch of wonky. Right, Ashley. But that was his choice, and he was just using that as an excuse. Don't get wrapped up in those mind games. Okay. But Wandy, there's a lot of things that are coming up right now that are going to try to throw you off your center, right? They're going to try to catch you outside of your character. And that's like by triggers, people saying things that are insensitive, people that you once loved or really still love. And, there's just things that are happening, life changes and things that are really, really putting you in your feels. And they want you to be a little more cautious, cognitive of that and add that to your kind of regimen of work. A lot of heart healing stuff is going to be very powerful for you right now, especially as you're getting hurt, as you're feeling the hurt feelings, rather than sitting in it and getting lost in it. Finding something to help you work through it is what's going to help you get stronger through this. You've already started this process, they're telling me. What else does Wanda need to hear? It's like you feel you're still struggling to feel like what it is that you are and who you are and what you carry is valuable, is something that is going to be sought after by others. And it is. But you're on the path right now. You are truly growing, right? The Empress reads, time to take action, give birth to your dreams, creative projects that will be very, very successful, abundance and prosperity. Then we have loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. This is your slow and steady rebirth. Right now you don't feel like you have much to offer, but you do. Right now you don't feel like what you are is sought after, valuable. It is. Right now you struggle with that. It's only temporary. You're going to get through it. But right now they're saying there's a lot of things that can make you suffer more than you need to, because they're not coming up for you to be tortured. They're coming up for you to realize where the pain is and heal it, right? And it's easier said than done. Sometimes following that impulse can sometimes feel like the most unnatural thing in the world, right? Because we've learned to become attached to our emotions. We've learned to become attached to our pain. The illusion of entrapment, see? A lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, see? being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. Spirit is saying, there's a lot of opportunity for you to get lost in your head right now. Nobody's against you. Nobody is trying to make you feel less than. Nobody is truly having that intention, even though it might be unconscious. Realizing that it's not like, there's something about realizing how many things are just really just not personal. They're not against you. They're not personal, right? You're just like, okay, cool. Like, it's not about me anymore. Like, it's whatever this is that this person is doing, it's about them. I don't have to be triggered. Whatever they're choosing to do has nothing to do with me, right? And there is a strength here. There's a strength in all of this, right? Showing yourself how far you've come, how strong you've become, right? But there's still this understanding that you're still very raw right now, and now you're being invited in to see a release process, and it reads endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations and people that hold you back, spiritual transformation, right? Releasing all of this pain, all of these emotions, all of these deep wounds that exist before the people that are actually hurting you right now, that exist before all of them, that existed and came into your life at a very early stage. This is deep trauma healing that you're naturally going through. You've already begun it, right? You just don't know it because it's all rocky, right? You don't know that you're in the process of between here and there. You don't know that you're in under construction right now. You don't fully, you know it, but you don't fully get what that feels like. And the more times you go through these sort of growth processes, because it's going to be sort of sporadic throughout your life, right? Moments where it's like dark night of the soul, a lot of things get realigned and you realize things, you come into realizations, you heal, you do the inner work, and then you flow. And then again, you go back into these sporadic moments of healing, sporadic periods of healing. And every time you go through it, you feel more and more confident and faithful in it. I'm feeling very sleepy all of a sudden. You might be feeling like you need to take many naps, but I feel like somebody else in your life is also very, they come off like they're very grounded, like they know what's going on, like whatever. In fact, like they come off like it's not really bothering them as much, like they're handling it really well, but in reality, they're just as triggered as you are. They're just as freaking out as you are, right? But they're not going to share that with you because they don't want to make you feel like they've gone back on their choice or their decision or their what they feel, right? It's a lot of interesting messages for you, but just know that you are on this path, you are on this journey. What you're feeling and what's going to be coming up as of late is going to make you feel you're like a sponge. You want to absorb all of the knowledge, and that's beautiful. But sometimes you just need to be in a state of just being. And I think that that's something that you're being exercised in now. Awareness, being in awareness, sitting there with yourself, asking yourself questions, right? Understanding where the hurt comes from, right? When a child comes to you and they're crying and they're saying, it hurts, it hurts. The first question you ask is where? Where are you hurt? So for you, where are you hurting? Where is what's coming up right now showing you where you're hurting? God bless you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I should be going live, hopefully, if not tonight, tomorrow. I think I'm going to continue this, little break I'm taking for this weekend and sort of recharge. I'm feeling into all of you guys. I have an open heart center, so I'm feeling into all of you guys, and it's a lot of you guys are really going through it. So maybe it's some me time is good for all of us, right? If you have the opportunity and the luxury of being able to do that, take advantage of that today. Okay. God bless. And I leave you in your divine light of the divine creator.